Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury, and today guys I want to talk about what is the next big thing. And I gotta tell you, in this watch space, many people come to me and say, hey Parnif, what do you think the next hit watch? What can I buy and make money on in the wristwatch space? Now, I gotta tell you, it's very hard to crystal ball gauge, but I want to tell you about something that is a little bit unknown and has some huge potential. Okay, what do I think is a sure bet in the watch space? Okay, so let's link a few things up. Here we go. Let's try this game. Let's think of a really good name in wristwatches. Let's think of the best. Patek Philippe. Let's think of the best metal. By metal, I mean white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, platinum, steel, titanium. Let's go with steel. And let's go with a piece that is going to be within the last 20 to 30 years. Patek steel, 20 to 30 years, something we can buy cheap and make a lot of money. Now, I got to tell you, you would say, hey, Arch, Aquanauts, they've gone crazy. Patek Nautiluses, they've gone ballistic. What about if I told you of a very niche watch that Patek released in the 90s, which was Patek Philippe's answer to the Cartier Santos? Now, that genre, what is that genre? It's kind of Cartier's answer to the Datejust. It was a lounge lizard watch. It wasn't a dress watch in the sense that a dress watch is a precious metal head on a leather strap. This was something that had possibly an integrated bracelet, a metal. It was something that could either be steel or two-tone. And I gotta tell you, you're thinking, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Patek Philippe Neptune. And this was kind of the cool 90s, okay? This was a very cool watch. Wasn't a sports watch, but it wasn't a dress watch. It was an integrated bracelet, steel or two-tone watch. Very interesting genre. This is kind of the, I think we got to come back to the Leisure Suite Larry in the 90s. It was very cool, you know. You think of a French guy. Think of a French guy wearing a white linen suit. What do you think of that as a concept? What do you think of that as a concept? Smoking those little really annoying cigarellos, you know, those really annoying sort of pieces there. And I've got to tell you guys, if you want some amazing bang per buck, steel Pateks is where I would be going. The steel Patek, the history on steel Pateks, they have traditionally been huge in the collecting space. In fact, I got to tell you guys, there was a great article in GQ magazine, Gentleman's Quarterly. They said why the rare Patek Philippe Neptune should be on collectors' hit lists. And I gotta tell you, they raised many interesting points about this watch here. Interestingly enough, this watch here uses the movement that's the 315 movement, which is the automatic with date, with the big rotor, the big rotor. And I gotta tell you, it's an interesting thing. The Neptune itself was launched in 1996, which was very similar timing when the annual calendar 5035 came out. And the Neptune itself, the catchphrase for this watch, it was ideal for sportswear. The supremely elegant Neptune is, at the same time, the perfect dress watch. So it had two genres in one. And that's kind of a, it was a watch that was had a nautical flavor without being a submariner. It was a crossover. It's kind of like Patek's answer to the Yachtmaster, the Yachtmaster 1. And I've got to tell you, this is a watch that has got huge potential. And I've got to say, these were not made in big quantities. They're a very, 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 how would I put it? They're a very, very small niche market Patek that has got huge potential. The upside for this here is just this watch. If you want a surefire bet, I would be investing steel Patek or two-tone steel Patek. Steel Pateks are all valuable. The Neptune is the bargain. And the best thing about the Neptune is it's still new enough not to really be problematic. You can get the thing fully overhauled, serviced by Patek. It's a very lovely watch. And it's something that I think is often overlooked. It's overlooked by collectors. It never really took off. I think it may have been a little bit too late. It was riding on the coattails of the success of the Santos, the Datejust, the environment. Patek tried to make it as a less formal sort of crossover. It's like a crossover SUV. But I've got to tell you, the fundamentals of this watch are fantastic. And I would say if you want to put some money into a watch that has got winner, winner, chicken dinner written all over it, I would be going for a Neptune. I would be putting some money into a Neptune. It's an incredibly well designed watch. It's something that at the time it was a beautiful watch. You would have bought a Neptune. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. I gotta tell you guys, you want a bargain? You want something that you know is gonna pay big returns? Get your steel or two-tone Neptunes now, and I tell you what, you could double or triple your money. I gotta say to you, man, any steel Patek is special. This has got 90s chic written all over it, and I think it could just be time for the Neptune to shine. I'm ArchieLuxury. This has been a paid review. Guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Put some comments below. What do you think of the Neptune? And guys, I will see you in the next one. Guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. Get a paid review. Get a paid review done now. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 US for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, Archie Luxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.